Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Tech Tejendra, and we are now in our chapter 2 of Red Hat OpenShift administration tutorial. In this chapter, we will understand some important concept of the OpenShift like OpenShift cluster operators, and then we will do some deep dive to understand other concepts like image stream, node, pod, how to check logs of pods and the nodes, and if we are in between stuck in somewhere and we need some help regarding the commands, okay, then we will see the help command as well. And at the last, we will do the troubleshooting of the cluster. Okay, if any application is not working inside our cluster, then how we can troubleshoot and can check the logs and the other thing and can fix the problem inside the OpenShift. And for the student and the person who are new and the beginners for this Kubernetes and OpenShift concept, then I will recommend them to go first and check my another tutorial series based on the exam 180. It is for the Kubernetes, OpenShift, Docker, and the Podman concepts. Okay, so let me begin here. I am moving towards my cluster environment. So here is my cluster environment. And for this demonstration, I need to log in and you need to log in as the cube admin. Okay, so if I will check via the command OC who am I, then it is saying that I am the cube admin. Okay. And so let's first understand some basic cluster command. Okay, so if we want to check that what is our cluster version of OpenShift cluster version, then we have to give command OC cluster version. Okay, uh, sorry, OC cat cluster version. Okay, so you can see that I am using the latest OpenShift version, which is the OpenShift version 4.10.3. And now let me understand the very important concept of OpenShift, which is OpenShift cluster operators. Okay, so what is operator? So let's first see what all operators available in this cluster. So for that, we have to give command OC get cluster operators. Okay, so you can see these all are the cluster operators. So what is these cluster operators, right? So these cluster operators are very important, and these are the top level operators that manages the cluster, right? So our OpenShift cluster manages by these, you can say operators, or you can say internal applications of the OpenShift. Okay, and you can see the versions here. These are all the latest versions for these operators, and these are the things which actually manage our cluster. They are the responsible for main components such as API server, the web console, storage, and etc. Here you can see the authentication, this authentication operator, right? It is responsible for the authentications in the cluster environment. Okay, you can see etcd, right? As I in the previous chapter I told you about this. This is the database, okay, storing the state of the pods and the nodes. Okay, same way if we see the network, right? Storage operator is here, network operator is here, right? And some other, let me see the image registry, right? So whatever image is being stored and whatever image we will use, okay, the ingress operator, right? It is related to the networking and the route ingress operator. So these are the many most important thing to understand the operator. Everything behind this cluster are running and are managed by this operator itself, right? Many things: network, authentication, tuning, ingress, storage. Okay, so all these things are via the operator. That's why this command is very important to know what all operators we are having. Okay, OC get cluster operators. Okay, then let me see the nodes. What is nodes here? Okay, so if we go and check OC get nodes, currently it is saying that in my cluster I am having three nodes. Okay, master 01, master 02, and master 03. Okay, and all these are in ready state. And roles, currently these are playing the master node as well as the worker. Okay, generally in the enterprise environment, we have cluster like that. We have master node, and these master node are connected with the etcd database. And then further we are having the worker node. So these master node control the worker node. So your actual application will be deployed into the worker node, and master node will control this worker node and the pods inside these worker nodes. Okay, but in this my environment, these nodes are having both roles, means master node as well as the worker. And as you can see that these nodes are up and running from 61 days, and these are the version of this. Okay, let's see some more command related to the nodes, and this command is ocadm top node. Okay, so this command will give some more ideas about the node. And as I said, that in this chapter is related to the mainly the troubleshooting. Okay, so if your application is not working correctly in the OpenShift, then this command is very, very much important. OC top node. Okay, in that way we can understand and can see how our node is behaving, how many memory is free, how many memory these are using. Okay, so here you can see in this information that master node 1, okay, it is having this memory 13% of CPU is being used. That one memory has been used. Okay, and 39% of memory. So via this, so if a node is have consumed more than 90% memory, then there is the problem, right? Then we have to do something. Might be we have to remove some application from that node and can move these application to the other node which is not being used and memories are free there. Okay, and to check, if we want to check and some more details about the node, okay, then we can give command oc describe node and the name of our node master. Let's we describe the master 01. Okay, so here you can see there this is giving the all information about our nodes. Okay, so if we need to check what all running, what is there in the node, what is memory, everything, every information we will get about this node via this command. Okay, oc describe command. Okay, here you can see. Okay, name master one, this is the role master and worker, these all are the labels are very important things in the OpenShift. Okay, you will understand these things later in our upcoming chapters. Okay, so this is all information you can get about the node. Okay, and as we check the operators, okay, because it is the most important thing. uh, so these are all the operators, and if we and I actually told you, right, these operators are like an applications running in the OpenShift cluster itself. But these applications are the core of the OpenShift. Okay, these are not the user applications; these are the core applications of the OpenShift. So these applications are also running inside the node, inside the pod. Okay, if you want to check what all pods are consuming by these operator, then you can also check, right? You know the concept of the namespace and the project. So these you can think about the project of each of these operators, right? Namespace is the concept of the Linux, Red Hat Linux. Okay, and hyphen n is to note as the namespace. So if you wanted to check, then if you wanted to check, suppose for the image registry, right? For let me see for this operator. Okay, how many pods are currently running inside our cluster for the image registry operator? Okay, so how we can check it? We will give command oc get pods. Okay, hyphen n means namespace. As I told you, these are running as an application, as an project, as a namespace inside the OpenShift cluster itself. Okay, so then the name of the operator, okay, hyphen n, and name of the operator. And if we give okay for detail, we have to prefix the OpenShift here. Okay, OpenShift hyphen and then the operator name. Okay. Now you can see here, right? So currently these pods are running for the image registry. And if we wanted to check that which pod is running in which node, okay, then we have to give command a hyphen o and white. Okay, so you can see that some pods are running in the master 3 node. Okay, some pod are running in master 2, some are running in master 1. Okay, so this way you can check the many things related to the pod, related to the node. Okay, if anything, any problem is there, then you can check the logs and you can check, right, how you can check the log. So for this, you have to give command OC logs, okay, and then the ID of the pod. Okay, so this is the ID. Okay, we have to provide the namespace as well. Okay, so namespace is OpenShift image registry. Okay, so this is the log. Okay, so this way you can check the log. Okay, so let me go ahead. Okay, and let me check what all projects are there in our cluster. Okay, so for that we will give command OC projects. Okay, so here as I told you that all these operators are behaving like a project, like a OpenShift itself, and running as an application. And the name is starting with the prefix as OpenShift, and then the cluster name, and then the operator name, like etc, and the image registry. Right here you can see OpenShift image registry and right OpenShift authentication. Same way as I told you and as I show you the operator, so same way we are having the namespace projects inside our uh, cluster. Okay, and let me start working on this project. Install troubleshoot. Okay, so this project is having one application running inside, but this application is having some problem. So in the lab, what we will do, we will try to troubleshoot and we'll try to resolve the problem. And once this problem will get fixed, then all the pods and everything should run fine, and our application should run fine inside the cluster. Okay, so for it, to go inside this project, we have to give one OC project. Okay, so we are inside this project, and now if we give command OC get all for this project, okay, then we will get all the resources which this application, this project is using. Okay, so this is the pod name, and here you can see this pod is not in ready state. Okay, because of some issue, it is showing status like image pull back off, right? Image is not, it is not able to pull the image. So some issues are currently in this application. That's why this application is not running. And we can see that service is also created, but there is no problem in the service. We can see deployment is again is not ready. Okay, and then replica set. Okay, so this is the replica set resource. So we understood that our pod is trying to be up, but it is not ready because of some issue. Okay, and to find out what is the issue, there are some certain commands we can give. OC status command to check the status about our cluster. Okay, so what it is saying, right? So we can say deployment is registry this few details, right? So it is giving some deployment running for 2 hours and 01 pod, right? So means this is not yet ready because pod is not yet ready. Okay, so we need to check some more details. So for to get some more detail, we can okay, we can give command OC get events. Okay, so we can check what is happening inside this project. here while we see, we came to know that some error are coming. Okay, error in image pull. Okay, you can see this error in image pull. Okay, and what kind of error it is giving? It is saying back of full image. So somehow it is this application, this program is not getting this image. Okay, let me check what is happening inside the pod as well. Okay, for that, let me give one OC get pods. Okay, and let me check the log of this pod itself. OC logs and the ID of our pod. So it is again saying error in server container this, right? So image can't be pulled. Okay, it is clearly stating that some problem with the image. So if we check this OC get event and we'll try to understand the log, then here is the registry from where it is trying to getting the image. Okay, and once we check this clearly, then here we can find that there is some problem in the image name. Okay, that's why it is not finding this image into the image registry. It should be the PostgreSQL. All right, so SQL is missing. L is missing there. It is the typo mistake. That's why this application is not working, because of this typo mistake. So how we can fix it? Okay, because this is the problem related to the deployment. So we have to modify our deployment descriptor YAML file. How we can do this? We can do it by give command OC edit and then our deployment. Okay, and our name of the deployment, which is PSQL, and let me go ahead. Okay, so it has opened the deployment file. Okay, the YAML file in the VI editor, and you can see here it is clearly stating it is the kind deployment. Okay, so we can fix directly here the image. Okay, and then we can see that application that it will try to deploy it again this application and will start the pod again. Okay, so let me fix it here, and okay, it should be the image name should be the Postgres SQL, and let me save it. Okay, now let me check with the command OC get all and see what is happening in the behind. Okay, now you can see that it is trying to creating the container again. Okay, let me try this command again. This time you can see our container is running. Okay, it is in the running state. Okay, okay, now you can see it is also in the ready state. Okay, so there was the one container and one container is running. Okay, so our application is healthy and service is already running and deployment is also done, right? Previously deployment was also 0, so deployment is also okay. And the last concept of this chapter is the help. Okay, so suppose if you wanted to check means related to any command, what would be the parameter and all. Okay, so you can give, like if you wanted to check the things related to this OC edit command. Okay, so you can give OC edit and then help. Okay, so it will give you the things related to the edit command. Okay, you can check all these discussion related to the edit. Okay, and the more details. Same way, if you wanted to check OC new app command, what all parameter and how we can use this OC new app command. Okay, so we have to provide the hyphen help, and it will show us that how to use the OCL command and what all the options are there, right? Hyphen I is related to the image, kind of hyphen B is related to the parameters. Okay, all these things you can get. So that's all, guys, for this tutorial. Hope you will like it. Thank you. Bye bye.